Hello, my name is Colin Campbell. You're looking at Gravel, which is an off-road racer coming out later on this year. It's coming out in the summer. I recently got to play the game at GDC. I hung out with the game developers. They're from Milan, Italy. I played a lot of Forza Horizon 3 last year on Xbox One, and I was curious about this game because I wanted to see if it was going to give a similar experience to PlayStation 4 owners. Look, I know that there are some off-road games on PlayStation 4, but this is certainly looking like one of the better options. It is also coming out on Windows PC and on Xbox One, and it's a different game from Forza in that it entirely takes place off-road, and there are more diverse locations than just simply Australia. But I think that if you're sort of embedded in Forza Horizon 3, this game is going to have a real tall order in trying to get its money off you. So I was interested in it really from the point of view of the PlayStation 4 version. But let's be fair here. This game does have some pedigree. As I said, it's being developed by Milan-based Milestone. They're known for some reasonably well-liked racing games, most particularly in motorcycle games like Ride 2 and Valentino Rossi, but also WRC4 World Rally Championship, and they've been making racing games for a long time. These guys, they know what they're doing. In the past, they've made their games in their own engine, but this marks kind of a departure for them. They're making it in Unreal Engine 4, which is unusual, I think, for racing games. It takes place in a variety of locations. You can see here that it's taking place in a Pacific island, and this track has got a variety of surfaces for you to race on, from sand and dirt, and you can hear those stones being chucked up from underneath the rubber. There's a day and night cycle which offers some really nice environmental effects. I had one of my races was taking place at dusk on this island, and it was really nice to just drive along the beach and see the sun setting. And one of the fun things about racing games is kind of getting away from the usual locations. And I must admit, I enjoy this sort of stuff much more than just driving around city streets and all that. So there are some really nice environmental effects, and there are some really nice locations here. I believe another section takes place in Alaska. The developers said that they got their inspirations from friends of theirs or from people who worked in the office who were just like, this is a part of the world that I went to on my vacation and I enjoyed it very much. And we should look at creating that as a sort of racetrack. The developers are pitching it someplace between a full-on racing simulation and an all-out arcade game, but I think the emphasis is definitely on just having a bit of fun. Some of the tracks take place on defined tracks, some of the races, but players are also free to roam across country. There are a variety of modes, including combative racing. I haven't played that, but I assume that it includes lots of banging into your opponents. There's open country, there's tracks, and there are stadium arenas which include jumps. There's a vague story with the action taking place within the context of a sort of off-road racing TV channel, compete with all the fake ads and sponsors and presenters, this sort of thing. It's fairly standard in racing games at the moment. So far, I'd say that Gravel is looking like a pretty solid racing game. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and it looks to put players in really nice locations as they race across a variety of terrains, including mud, sand, snow, and gravel. It's coming out this summer.